And the woman could not believe he was alive next morning. She began to cry. How could he stay alive? Because he didn't know the magical trick that he was doing. See? So your preacher needs to start read those part of the book, or if he's trying to teach you something that you could understand. Because you need to protect yourself at all times. I don't care if it's from the black man or the white man or the Chinese man. You must protect yourself with spirit or with demons, whatever. And the same Tobias, his father. Tobias chapter 2. Tobias fell asleep underneath a tree, and the swallow was in her nest, and the swallow feces fell onto Tobias' eye and caused him to lose his sight. He's blind. That happened before his son went to the woman's house. And Tobias, the spirit speak to the young Tobias, when you go home, take the gall. You know what is the gall? It's called bitter gall. In the United States, you call it the gallbladder. It's called bitter gall. You have two bladder into the body. You have the urinary bladder and you have the gallbladder. The gallbladder is the one that preserves the body. So the spirit speak to Tobias and said, take some of the sap out of the gallbladder and squeeze it into your father's eye. His eyes, and there was a big scale comes off of the eye. And Tobias recovered his sight. The whole father recovered his sight. That is magic, black men and black women. That is not any mystery from some creator of the universe, as you proclaim to be your serving the master. Those are magic. Up to the man you call Jesus, his name is Emmanuel. He do magic. Matthew chapter 9. He went to a ruler house because they called him in and said, hey, my daughter died. And he replied to them and said, oh, she's just sleeping. And they laugh him to shame. But he have to perform now. He tell all of them to get out of the house. Come on, you always get out to the house. And he closed the door and he stay inside there. And he perform and bring the child back alive. He was a magician, Emmanuel, the man that you call Jesus. Mark chapter 5, it said the same thing. He went to another place and he raised a girl from the dead. And he told them all to leave. Come on, get out of here. Let me do my work. And he bring that girl alive again. He was a magician. Or you can call him a prophet. Because in time gone, all these men were prophet and magician. All of them in the book are magician and prophet. Elijah, Elias, Pharaoh, Moses, Aaron, David, Goliath, Esau, Jacob, they're all magicians. If you read the book slowly or you read other books, you will find where they do magic or magical spells. and you are afraid of using herbs. So that's why you're sick and end up into the hospital. As I said, this book is not going to get you better when you're sick. I don't care how you read it. The Pope himself who read it is sick. Howell Roberts, Billy Graham, all of them is sick and they still read this book. And guess what? They're not getting better. They're not getting themselves better. Why? Because the book have no power within itself. The book have no power within itself, so therefore they can't get better from the sickness or the disease that they have. And when the black men and the black women of the Western world wake up and understand that they will not get better from the sickness that they have by reading this book, they will understand. Because most of them are Christians. They said they're Christians. Who is Christian? People who believe in the creator of the universe. So if you believe in him and you have so much faith, why are you sick? Why are you still sick and going to the doctor to get better? I could see you get a broken bone and you need to go someplace to put the bone back together. But why you have to go to the doctor? Because you have a little headache. You have a little fever. You have a little cold. You have a little chest pain. You have abdominal pain. You lost your manhood. You can't perform anymore. You cannot multiply. You cannot bear fruits. Like bring forth children, plant the seed into the woman. Because the woman is the hurt and the man is the seed. So he plant the seed into the woman. And she bring forth the seed. Your preacher is not going to tell you that because your preacher have no basic knowledge of the hurt. You haven't been to the World University. He been to the white man university and college. And he go there to learn to read this book. Why you need to go to learn to read this book? Black man, why you need to go to read this book? You don't need to go to a college to learn to read the book if it's the Word of God and it's complicated, because the white men decoded and put it in their way. It was very simple to read because it was magic. How to use the herbs, the stones, the mineral, the water, the birds and the fish, how to use them in due time and season. But they take it and they said, let's turn it around. Let's confuse their language so they will not understand their own pathway, how to travel. And that's why we stuck. We stuck, black man. Don't know where we're going and don't know if we're coming because you get so tied up into this book that you don't know yourself anymore. All you're doing is killing, all we're doing is killing each other. Fighting and fussing over material things. Who have and who don't have. And some of the leaders are doing that. The black leaders. They are going to have a media war soon or later. You know why? Because they start to fight who calling names. We don't need to call names. We need to help each other. You know to build homes. I know to build cars. You know to build tractor. You know to make clothes. You know to plant grains. This know to reap grains. We don't need to call each other names and criticize the leaders. Let the leaders do what they're doing. And stop being Uncle Tom. And stop criticizing the black leaders. If you want to criticize them, confront them. Get them together and tell them they're not doing the right thing. Don't go to the enemies with your problem. Let's say if we can solve the problem ourselves, instead of you fighting against each other. You're making names for yourself. Why? Try to make names for the people. Make name for the people. So if you make a name for the people, we all have a name. Strong, mighty, and powerful. But how are you going to be powerful without justice? You have no justice in this country. You have no justice. You get freedom. And I guess you ask for freedom. So freedom does not come with justice.